So yesterday...
You want me to be rear-facing?
Yeah, I want you to turn around rear-facing. From now on, this is how it's going to be. But I was going to tell you, yesterday I saw tulips coming up in my yard.
Mine are too.
And it made me think about gardening. And apparently this is the time you want to start thinking about that. Some spring diseases, though, require our attention right now.
Doris Taylor joins us. She's from the Morton Arboretum to explain about some of these diseases. You have to treat them now before you start your gardening, right?
And what I've brought is 3 ugly diseases
that
are uncommon landscape plants that you'll see, that people grow. This first one is called apple scab, and it's on crab apples. Pretty common house, landscape plant. And what happens is when the new leaves are coming out, that's when the infection occurs. You won't see these spots until about June. So that's the time you would do a good fungicide treatment, and it requires 3 sprays. So you're doing it when the buds first come out, you're doing it when they're halfway out, and then when the leaves are fully expanded.
Wait until then?
No,
it's too late.
It's too late. As soon as you see, it'll stress the plant, but it's year after year repetitive. You could end up losing your plant.
So you should spray before then, just in
case.
It's
it's preventative. There are some, disease-resistant ones also. This next one here, pretty ugly, isn't it?
Yes.
This one is called black knot, and this is common on ornamental cherries and plums. And this takes 2 years to develop. But again, the same treatment. You need to clean out the disease, take that knot off. Black knot, it's just a growth.
So trim the branch.
Trim the branch down about 6 or 8 inches below where you see this black knot, and then you would be spraying those new leaves, the whole plant, as it starts to come out. But good cleanup is also important, cleaning up underneath.
Helps.
And then a common, 2-needled pines. This one is called Diplodia tiplight. What happens is the fungus kills the tips of the needles, and so your plant is always stunted. And eventually, if you leave it alone, it will kill the whole branch. It'll kill the whole branch. So, and evergreens have needles that the candles expand. Again, that's when you would start to spray. So it's important to be doing this before all the new growth comes out. And in order to keep your plants healthy, we're going to go into something that you could do as compost. And, this is a good way to get rid of, as you're cleaning up your yard, you're cutting down your ornamental grasses now, you're raking up leaves. What you need to do is about 2/3 brown material, and you're layering it like you would lasagna, which is healthy. Right. You don't want to put anything diseased. And maybe you're pruning a few things or getting rid of little branches. And I cut them up small because they'll break down faster.
And then do a layer of green.
And do a layer of green because it'll, start the process. Then we have a lot of table scraps here, and all your fruit peels or fruit that you haven't eaten recently, that would go into it.
Would you suggest cutting these up?
No. You know what? They're going to decompose because it'll take about 4 to 6 months for this to break down.
Eggshells.
The only thing you don't want to add is anything greasy, bones, meat products. You're going to attract animals and it'll cause an odor.
And then what am I going to do with this?
You're going to make this pile. You're going to keep layering as the summer goes along. So as you come back, you might, in the back of the property, in a container. Fencing, however.
So you don't have to get a composter.
No, you don't really have to, but some of that will start the process earlier. And this is probably partway decomposed, where you see a lot of big leaves.
How long does it take to get to
this point? This is probably about 2 to 3 months at this point. But this, we call this black gold, actually. And
I can tell you like Look at the way she's digging in there.
She loves it.
And you're welcome to help me. But this is how this rich organic matter, it adds organic matter back to the soil. It invites all the microbes and earthworms. And then you just do it as a layer on top of, and you're welcome to do this.
Sorry, I don't get my nails dirty.
I don't have my 3 to 4 inches, but really important not to let it touch the stem of the plant. Stay away from the stem. Very good.
And it's nice like this.
Thank you so much. And if you'd like to learn even more information about gardening, the Morton Arboretum is offering a soils and composting class beginning on April 12th. For more information, go to our website, abc7chicago.com.